out to the Nerd Effect News Show, week ending August 10th, 2014. I am one of your hosts, Dustin Vancouver. After a couple weeks, I am joined by my buddies,
Malcolm Morgan,
Mason Ireland,
Nikki Brindle.
Yay! Guys, it's good to be back.
Yes.
Not you guys, it's not you guys, but it is you, buddy.
Oh, thank you. Oh, we're back!
Mostly because your voice messages got forwarded to me all week at work. So that's
Yeah, did you get fun messages from Raymond over at
Yes!
Realty Solution?
Yes!
Yes.
I'm like, I don't have answers for you. I ended up being like, I could send you over our pricing and coverage if that would help you out.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep calling from
You're
Utah.
welcome. I
What?
sent it to him. I might have saved you phone calls.
Well, I usually just forward them over to
Mic drop.
this boss lady over here.
Well, I just saved people work.
you guys are talking work on the show.
Sorry.
So we're gonna.
Her real reason, meaning that her real reason for missing Dustin wasn't that.
I didn't actually miss him. I missed not having to
yeah.
answer my phone.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing about their friendship, but everything about having more work to do.
It was just fuck you in your phone calls. Is pretty much.
Nobody calls my phone, so when it happens, I just go into panic rabbit, deer in headlights moment. I've got to answer people I don't know. What if they ask me things?
You give them to Ariane.
Yeah.
That's really all you have to do.
Yeah.
I tried to get them forwarded to her, but they told me to forward them to you.
That's
So
great.
I did.
Anyway.
End of story.
Not really a more you know.
No. The more you don't care about.
We're gonna start off the show with an update. As most of you know, we didn't record a show last week for two reasons. One, I was on vacation up in Seattle doing my thing, eating good sushi and taking tours of the Space Needle and whatnot.
Hard to be Dustin.
Huh?
Hard to be Dustin.
Yes, and fucking parking is ridiculous up there. We spent at least $100 to $150 in parking.
Yeah.
Lord.
Fuck that noise.
We're spoiled here.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, welcome to a big city. That's normal. It's not. Boise is not normal. It's like Boise's.
You can say that again.
Hey.
Boise parking prices are ridiculously, minor in comparison to real big cities.
That's like 75 cents for an hour.
If
Yeah.
you're here before 6.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to pay for parking after 6.
Yeah.
Free on the weekends.
Yeah.
Free on Sundays in Seattle if you park on the street.
You can park in bus lanes in Boise on Sundays.
Yeah, there too.
Because our bus system sucks.
After 6 though.
Yeah.
I think is what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But anyway.
Anywho.
Whilst I was there, got helped parking by a homeless guy.
Yeah.
That was fun. You noticed that we were going to be parking in the actually designated parking lot, which charges you money regardless of the day. And then there was empty. He came up to my car and we helped him out, gave him $5 because he saved us like 15.
Yeah.
So,
Fair trade, really.
yeah, for sure. And he totally went and stood in the parking spot for us, made sure nobody took it.
Aw.
Yeah, cool guy.
That's awesome.
Great way to make a few extra bucks if you're helping out a citizen.
Yep.
Who doesn't know their way around.
That's actually
Thanks.
really sweet.
Thanks, guy.
He probably doesn't listen to podcasts.
Probably not. I probably tell him the word podcast. He'd probably look at me like, what? But while I was in Seattle, these fools went and had a gay old time over at,
Well, I did.
Ah!
See what I did there, you guys?
Totally.
It's like because she's a lesbian.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Dude, you guys
told
are
me
totally
that.
in the closet.
Oh yeah, totally.
Anyway, sorry.
What happened to that rainbow necklace she used to wear?
It broke because I wore it too much.
So all the single ladies, Nikki at nerdeffect.com.
Yeah, right.
These guys had a
Yeah,
fun...
you will be screened and have to have taste in class. I'm just saying we are a bit protective of Nikki.
By taste and class, he means video games and comics. And
I meant our kind of taste in class, yes.
Yeah, no, I was just clarifying for the listeners.
Oh, okay.
They might not know.
Okay.
Didn't know we were running a dating service.
New subdomain for nerdeffect.com.
/gaydate, kind of like JDate, but gaydate.
I was thinking nerd dating, but
Yeah.
It can be inclusive for all kinds of nerds.
I guess. They don't include me. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait a second.
That's why I said I was just kidding.
as I was saying, these guys.
It's been a while, you guys. Bear with us.
Yeah, we got a lot of giggles to get out.
Yeah.
These guys went to Fandemonium over the weekend and had the most amazing hashtag of "Where's D-Man," which was followed along with a photo of me throwing up the metal horns from the Oregon hotel room that I was staying at on my first night out.
Because you couldn't get me the damn picture when you were supposed to.
No, I was busy, man.
It takes 30 seconds.
Actually, that took about 5 minutes because we couldn't get the lighting right, and
really hard, you guys.
we're using a camera phone, and I had to get Jen to email it to me so I could get it to you.
I'm sorry for asking so much of you.
I'm sorry.
It's
It's not like I had a week and a half to do it or anything.
No,
not at all.
It's not like we've been talking about it for the last month.
So they used the hashtag "Where's D-Man"
on the Twitters, for those of you who don't know where hashtags happen.
Mike used them on the Facebooks.
They
too.
were
And the
being used on the
Facebooks, yeah.
Facebooks. I tried to repost a bunch of them on the Facebook page while I was on vacation. Hopefully we can get them all together in one shot and maybe create an album out of it.
Yeah, that's what we should probably do.
Yep.
But that would make sense in junk.
So guys, update me. How was the con?
It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is a good time.
I'm glad our brains were in the same place with that one.
Yeah.
That was great. Sorry.
Mike, what's it's funny you answered that because you must have been reading my mind, because I was just going to ask you what was the most memorable part of the con for you.
Yeah,
And boobies.
We gotta watch Mike melt into a stuttering pool of...
It was hilarious,
Yeah,
actually.
it was pretty great.
Oh, man. You want to tell, like...
Sure.
Okay.
So,
They probably don't listen. I'm sure we're fine.
well, I was going to leave out, like, specific costumes and stuff.
You know how many business cards we gave out while you were
That's
there?
true.
A lot.
I'm sure she grabbed one or two, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she
Well-
did. I think I handed her one.
Yeah, I think I handed her... one of us handed
It's
her a
okay.
few.
There was lots of boobies there for me to gawk over.
But-
It could be anybody.
And so Mike is trying to talk to her about the
Maybe
podcast
Mason
and
should
stuff.
specify as to which one he was talking to so we can narrow it down a little bit.
No, we're not going to try to narrow it down a
Aw.
little. And Mike... Mike is like stumbling over
It
himself.
was adorable.
Like trying to explain the podcast, and I'm sitting next to him, and I'm about ready to just elbow him in the side to get him to shut up because he's not making any sense whatsoever. Because like
I
the
was in
boobies
draw
have taken
zone
over,
and I understood.
yeah,
that
because
he
like
was-
the boobies had taken over his brain, like more so than usual.
They're like face huggers, only squishier.
And no wing one.
And no,
At least
yeah,
we
yeah,
hope.
yeah.
It was like fembots. It just...
But yeah, so
You're welcome for that visual. Miss
so
you guys.
yeah, so Mike just totally lost it, and it was rather adorable.
It was fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mike probably didn't think so, but we did. Thanks, Mike.
Uh-huh. Yep. My brain locks are there for your amusement.
They were furries, too. And they made lots of squeaky noises. And at first it was adorable. It made me less scared of them because I'd never encountered furries in the wild before. But then all of them were squeaking. And the squeaking got annoying.
Really annoying.
And the hotel staff had to come tell them to stop with the squeaking. And that was funny. People were complaining.
See, I'm still not fully convinced that the hotel staff actually had any complaints about it.
It was probably just them.
It was probably. I'm thinking it was just specifically her.
Yeah.
Because she like there were some times when I was going in and out of the vendors hall, and she was like, "Is the squeaking getting to you too?" And I was like, "Yep." So it might have just been her. Was like, "Okay, fuck it, we're done with the squeaking."
Yeah. good for her for taking charge.
Yes, excellent. I applaud her taking charge and using her authority for good and not for evil.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think. So as we all know, my father-in-law's Professor Algernon
Yes.
and his cantankerous crew all showed up.
Oh, they weren't cantankerous. They were quite lovely young ladies.
Until we broke them.
They were still lovely young ladies. They just got a lot more hilarious.
We all almost wet ourselves getting the giggles at about 10:30 at night playing Magic the Gathering in a green room somewhere.
That was a great panoramic
fun.
photo, by the way.
It was a fucking blast. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Magic still.
We'll work on it someday.
Yeah, I know nothing, but I do know that when you make somebody have a giggle fit, you should probably discourage them from sitting on a table.
Yeah. Well, she was already sitting on the table.
Yeah, but we should have discouraged her when the giggling started. Yeah. Because I thought she was going to rock herself right off that table, and it was fucking hilarious.
The problem was that the fact that she was almost rocking herself off the table was actually added to the hilarity of the situation.
Yeah, which
prevented any of us from actually acting to prevent her from possibly rocking herself off the table. Thankfully, she didn't.
Yeah. I haven't had a good laugh till you hurt fest in a very long time. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't actually succeed in learning Magic the Gathering.
And how was the professor's actual show? I heard you two got involved.
He recorded it.
Yes.
I
And I
got
have
pulled
nothing
out
in
on
my head,
stage.
according to the professor.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mason's empty-headed.
Yes.
I got pulled out on stage because I made the mistake of telling him I'd never seen a live magic show before.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened to me.
Yeah.
I was like, I haven't seen your show before, and yeah, he whipped me up onto a table and immediately started pulling things out of my pasty white gut.
Yep. I could not stop staring at his sleight of hand with childlike wonder, even though he did the same trick over and over in front of our booth. Every time I was just like, this is the coolest thing ever. Like, I'm 8. It's ridiculous. Because I've only ever seen shit like that on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen somebody do it in front of me. I always figured if I did, I could figure out how they were doing it. Nope. Nope.
Yeah, he makes quarters disappear in front of Evie all the time. And he loves it.
I have a giant D20.
It's at least about 2 or 3 inches in width.
It's almost a tennis ball.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's it. Like, It would have made more noise, but it fell on my sketchbook. And he was standing right in front of me, just a table, like a regular folding dinner table away from me. Short sleeves, nothing on his wrists, grabs my D20, makes it disappear, and brings it back. And I have no fucking idea how he did it, and he was like 2 feet away.
Magic.
I know, it's real magic.
He does some fun stuff. I love it. Did he bring?
Believe in magic?
He said he was going to retire it. I really hope he brought it, but did he bring his TARDIS?
No,
he
didn't. Bring the
didn't. He showed me pictures of it later, though.
Gotcha.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he's got a TARDIS door.
He
that
also
uses
wants
for
us
his
to
act.
tour with them. He wants us to tour with them on cons because we had fun.
Well, yeah. If I had more time, I totally would.
Money,
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, it's the money issue.
Yeah, we talked about it
Because,
very
like,
seriously.
Rose City and Emerald City would be no problem,
Except for the money.
except for the money.
Portland.
That's Rose City.
Oh.
'Cause
Portland,
that's
the city
what
of
they
roses.
were saying. We're going to Rose City next.
Yeah,
You guys
Rose
should
City
come.
Comic-Con.
And we discussed it and then realized we're all poor.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll do Carnival again this year. Carnival. Whatever it is. Down at the Botanical Gardens.
I don't know.
It's a big steampunk convention they have down there. And freaking amazing.
At our botanical gardens?
Yeah.
Oh,
I went to
my
it
God,
last
he
year.
does.
The only problem is I sweated my balls off because it was so goddamn
Gross!
hot out.
When was it? Or when is it?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Probably soon if it was
Hold
bull
that thought.
sweatingly
I can
hot
look it
out.
up.
Well, that could be through mid-October in Boise. Just depends.
Yay! Yet apparently, where I'm choosing to go on my backpacking trip in September, there's gonna be snow. And I get to ford a river.
Have fun.
I'm going to. Hi, Nomi! It's gonna be great, you guys. Unless I get lost. But Angela's mom got me a banana yellow jacket for my birthday.
Okay, good.
So if I get lost, it'll be easy to find.
And hopefully you guys will have, like, GPS units.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna borrow one. I don't own one, and I'm poor.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. This radio
So
silence brought to
it
you
doesn't
by-
look like they're going to be doing one for 2014. They said that there were some scheduling conflicts, and it came up way too fast on them. So
Oh.
Yes.
they're gonna try and do it again next year, though.
Okay.
So that's unfortunate.
That's
Like,
all-
they're not doing the
that's
carnival
what's
at all, or Scott's not doing it?
They aren't doing it.
Okay.
The actual
Botanical Gardens.
botanical garden thing, which was super awesome. They had a costume contest. Like the crazy shit that people come up with for steampunk costumes
Yeah.
are just mind bending. Like they don't even look like they should be real, but I mean some of the shit was functional, which
Yes.
really hurt my brain.
Yeah, there was a guy walking around with like a music playing device of some sort on his back that was made of like wood and brass. It was crazy.
yeah.
Pandemonium. It was awesome.
Yeah, had an MP3 player hooked up to
Yeah.
it, playing Abney Park.
It was way
Mostly
cooler than
Abney
the
Park,
portal gun
yeah.
guy.
Mhm.
Portal gun guy had like a speaker he was carrying around, playing video game music really loudly. Just walked in circles. That's like all he did all day because he needed to bring the world his music. I don't know. That's what I'd imagine it was in his head.
There's a really weird. There's a very big line between self
Awesome and
promotion,
annoying.
yeah, awesome and annoying.
Yeah.
That was, he crossed the line
You quickly.
like halfway through the first day.
Yes.
I wanted to shove it down his throat by the end of the third day.
And I have to say that compared to what I have seen in the past,
how is this compared to prior?
well, the specific one I was going to point out first was compared to the past in Boise, there was a lot better cosplay.
I was actually really impressed.
People actually
Effort was made.
Brought their A game.
Effort was made, but also I'm thinking that people have just learned more over time and are better at making their cosplays now. But it's a lot nicer than cosplays I'd seen in the past. I mean, there were actually a lot of Sailor Moons, or Sailor Scouts, not just Moon. But then again, Sailor Moon Crystal just came out too, so I was kind of expecting it, but like, it wasn't just like generic, oh look, I'm wearing a schoolgirl outfit, a Japanese schoolgirl outfit, so I can fit into any of these anime. Yeah.
No, like there was a tuxedo mask that had a Luna stuffed animal on his shoulder.
Nice.
It wasn't a very good costume, but I appreciated that they had the
Luna.
Yeah.
Jen has a from the Labyrinth. Somebody had made a custom the worm,
Oh,
and
Aww,
there's a little magnet that you can pin underneath your shirt so you can pin it to your shoulder.
yeah.
that's adorable.
But yeah, the cosplay was of a higher caliber than I had previously seen in Boise. And mind you, I'd missed a few years, so I'm sure it had been getting better over time, but it was nice to see that it had gotten significantly better over the last 4 or 5 years.
It probably seemed more drastic since you haven't gone in a few years, so you probably wouldn't
True.
have noticed it.
True, but yeah.
You had. It was better than I was expecting by a lot.
The venue was a lot nicer than the Pacific Center.
I don't think they're going to want us back.
Why?
They had to put notes on the elevators because people kept just going in them and pushing all the buttons and sitting on the floors.
The sitting on the floor thing happens at every con, and it's
That's just a con.
yeah. And if you noticed, that was con staff that moved us, not hotel staff.
That's true.
And yeah, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't want the con back, because it probably brought them a lot of money.
I did enjoy seeing the confused looks on the normal people's faces when they walked into their fancy hotel in downtown Boise.
Yeah.
Fucking normies.
Oh, it was fun just running around outside and everybody asking,
Oh, yeah.
what's going on?
No,
Yeah.
my favorite was there was an Inuyasha guy that had like a big ass sword, and he was walking across the street from like the gas station to Trader Joe's, and there was a bridal shower party, and they stopped because the bride wanted to take her picture with him. I don't think she had any fucking idea what he was.
Well, Inuyasha was popular enough that she might have.
She might have, but I mean,
I've seen you on Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which actually, that Inuyasha is the one that's going to be in our video.
it was pretty cool, and you could tell he was amused by it.
Yeah.
That was pretty neat. But I liked that there were furries in the lobby, because it made me wonder if people walked in with their children and the kids were like, "What's that?" You know, if they know, how do you explain that to your children?
Well, you don't explain everything about furries to a young child.
Yeah, no, I know.
Son,
But
sit down. Let me
If
explain
they're
it
like,
to you
"Can
called
I
the
go
gifting."
hug it like I
No.
do? Can I go hug it like I do the creatures at Disney World? No, you don't want to touch that one. You know. But no, I met some nice furries.
They're
They're not all terrifying.
But no, but the furries, like, you know, like, as far as kids go, they're just people dressed up as animals, and it's cool and funny.
Yeah.
And like any of the normals kids, they could have just said it's kind of, you know, kind of like,
it's nerds, honey. Just don't look.
you know. But besides that, like, probably a lot of their kids are admittedly nerds too, or possible nerds. So
Yeah.
even if they don't want their kids to be nerds, wake up people. You want your kids to be nerds, not jocks.
It's true. Nerds make more money
Yeah.
long term.
Yes. So.
Although all of us sitting around this table are not a good argument for that.
True. But yeah, but see, we still have Bill Gates and Steve Jobs on our side.
Yeah, they even out the odds a little bit. Well, I don't know those football players.
Oh no, they way over even out the football players. Football players make, you know,
But there's a lot
tens of
more
millions
of
of dollars in there.
But there's a lot more of them.
And even the backup players
But
make
no-
a couple million a year.
No, they don't. They make like $250,000 a year.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, no, like it's.
I said that sarcastically because that's still fuck tons of money.
But compared to the stars who make $10 million a year,
Yeah.
there's not that many people who make $10 million a year.
Let's stop talking about football. It's nerd effect, not jock effect. I don't like it.
And-
I'm getting uncomfortable.
Whereas Bill Gates has
Jock effect sounds like something I need to scratch.
yes, but whereas you know,
No, that means you need to wash your cup more frequently.
oh,
Tingle, tingle.
Oh!
but
Damn
Here's
it,
some
Mike.
gold bond here.
but the burning,
That's medicated.
but like you know, you think Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, they're all, or in the case of Steve Jobs, was billionaires.
Yeah.
And they had $1 billion. They all had tens of billions or hundreds of billions of dollars. They more than outstripped all of the sports players in the U.S. by a significant margin.
Go nerds!
Right.
Woohoo!
So yeah. Anyway.
So what can we expect to see on the Nerd Effect site and or YouTube channel in the upcoming future as we have time to edit?
good caveat there.
Yes.
Well, a cosplay lip dub video of Happy. That'd be Pharrell's Happy is the song.
Mm-hmm.
As Mike has time to edit that. Some portion of Professor Algernon's show that he did at Pandemonium.
Watch me stutter on stage. Yay!
Yeah, especially we'll have to do that part with Nikki stuttering on stage.
At one point, he had to remind me to turn to the audience.
Maybe that's the parts that we can do. Is just your guys' two parts. And
You can't see mine.
oh,
I was behind the camera.
Yeah.
oh,
He ran up around me, and I tried to follow him, but it didn't work.
oh,
Yep.
gotcha.
But anyway, yeah. So there's that. And yeah, I can't
I think that's
currently that's about it right now.
And unfortunately, I guess we couldn't get an initiative going because it was kind of
It was too late. People
Yeah.
didn't know it was going to be happening.
people were already
So.
playing games too.
there was a picture of the board up and everything on our Facebook page, but nobody
Yeah.
signed up for it apparently.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
Just nobody knew, so if people knew, then they would have signed up. So,
We're learning.
yeah.
It's our first con.
Yeah, we didn't have anything on the actual Fandemonium calendar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next year,
which
if we do this again, we will.
That's kind of partially our fault because we also didn't have time to like really get them anything. It was kind of a weird situation. There were some communication issues. Nothing like horrible. We obviously had a good time, and we obviously are fucking.
It was a blast.
super thankful for even
Yeah.
just being able to be there.
I got paid money to doodle pictures.
Yeah, tell us about that.
I spent my food money on fun things because I'd never experienced a con before and I got stupid. And then I was hungry and Professor Algernon's crew suggested that I draw pictures for monies, and I did. And then a bunch of kids came up and had me draw things from Homestuck, which I still haven't read, but I'm sick and tired of seeing the characters because I'm still working on their 28 drawings that they wanted me to make.
You're still working on them?
I was sick Monday and Tuesday, and I have a job.
Oh, I thought you just doodled them at the con.
28 pictures in addition to the ones
Did
I
they
was
pay
already
you
working on.
$28?
Yeah, well, she doodled them, inked them, and colored them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't just doodles. They were full-on drawings.
And you were charging how much? $1?
Yeah.
What was wrong with you?
I earned a cheeseburger, I earned a stack of comic books, and I earned a really cute little keychain of a kitty on a spool of thread.
Next time, at least $5.
Yeah, I know. And I'm also limiting individuals because they came up and were like, we're writing you a list. And I'm like, and the sign comes up. No more for today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else stand out for you guys while you were at Fandemonium?
As everybody looks at me.
You're the only one who hasn't said anything other than boobies, and then you passed it to Mason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not really feedback on the con so much as Mike's happy
Did you guys
place.
meet anybody interesting
They had
besides the professor? Or?
Some really interesting cosplays going on, definitely. Particularly enjoyed Pyramid Head.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
pretty
that was
cool.
sick. I saw that picture.
Yeah, Pyramid Head was awesome. The sword and the Pyramid Head were actually done by a guy who's local. And it is, and they're trying to get, their business is Prop Osterus. And
We'll find a Facebook page for him, and you can go like him.
yeah. And I was talking to one of the guys who works there, and they basically, right now they are doing woodworking mostly, and they're getting into like epoxy resins and stuff. And like the Pyramid Head was actually the sword for Pyramid Head was solid wood.
Looked
Jesus.
really heavy.
Yeah. But however, the guy that was carrying it was pretty strong.
He was ripped.
Yeah. And then the Pyramid Head itself was actually like compressed
Solid steel.
no, compressed cardboard with some wooden accents on like the bolts,
It was really badass.
and did an amazing job on it. It was the pictures actually don't do the Pyramid Head justice. It was like there's a lot of details the pictures just didn't get really well. And so say gotta get back a hold of them, but hopefully have them come on and talk about their prop making and stuff.
I liked Kilted Adventure Time Deadpool.
They,
That was my favorite costume of the whole con. Well, that and Rufio, but I'm biased because that was my buddy.
Speaking of Deadpool, did you guys see that fucking trailer that got leaked with
Oh.
Ryan Reynolds
Yeah.
as Deadpool? Made me so happy.
I hope these guys are wearing their brown pants.
Yes.
There was one part where, in the con, where somebody had a green laser pen, and a guy in a Deadpool costume saw it and kept attacking it with his sword, and it was fucking hilarious. Like, the furries chasing it like cats was kind of like, oh, that's funny. But the Deadpool being like, what is this witchcraft, and full-on swording it was just great.
Yeah.
Deadpools are funny.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't wear the costume and not be a complete nut.
Yeah, you have to be a little bit out there to be full on Deadpool. You can't just walk around dressed as Deadpool. If
No,
you're not
you
gonna act
need
the part.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, that didn't happen.
As
There
a-
was at least 3 Deadpools.
Oh, I just
Maybe
saw 2.
more.
No, there were at least 3.
There was a really great Harley Quinn that I didn't get any pictures of that I'm really bummed about because her costume was amazing. And also, Harley Quinn.
Because Harley Quinn is awesome.
Yeah, because reasons. It's fine.
Oh, and thanks to Naomi for painting my head.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. So Mike decided that he was tired of creeping out ladies, so he shaved his head and his face, and we made him be Aang from...
Aang aged.
Yes.
Quite.
From Avatar.
Thank you. God, brain fart. And then the next day, we're like, what
I
else
would like
could
to
we
point
do
out,
on Mike's head?
before that, I would like to point out that someone was doing a scavenger hunt.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the things was to find Aang.
He got his picture taken so much.
Yeah. Because he was the only Aang at the con.
So nobody had predetermined an Aang
Nope.
to...
I think it might have been I think they might have actually written up the hunt list at the con so they knew things would be there.
Yeah, so he was part of the scavenger hunt.
So
That
he was
really
part of the
funny.
scavenger hunt.
Nice.
And then the next day we were like, what else can we make Nomi paint on Mike's noggin? Deadpool with a lawnmower.
That was amazing.
I'm really happy she pulled
I like
that
the
off.
fact that
Yeah.
it was even a top-down
Yeah.
perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it
was pretty awesome.
It was great.
Yeah, I'm thinking next year I might see about getting those like headbands that they use the googly antennas on. and put like a Deadpool action figure pushing a lawnmower.
That'll work.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to find a lawnmower action figure, though.
But I'll
And
have
a
one of you
really
guys
light
use
Deadpool
use the
figure.
clippers on my head just on the spot where he's going across.
That would be pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So also,
You can't get out of this now. This has to happen.
It does.
also, I'm going to make sure that Dustin is on the spot as much as the rest of us for next year.
On the spot? What do you mean?
We have decided that on Saturday, everyone from the Nerd Effect crew is cosplaying something.
We did.
Oh shit! I got a full-on Mario costume.
I know,
I'm
you're
ready
the-
to roll.
When did we decide that? I wasn't part of this decision.
Okay, maybe it was only you and
yeah,
I.
it was just you and me. That's
Okay.
right.
That's only half votes. Half votes don't count.
It's 50%. It's a quorum.
You got a whole year to figure it out.
I'm still working on my repo.
Not to
man.
mention you're
You
not
can
to mention
do- you
you're
can
the
do
one
repo.
with like the most like innovation that you
Which
put into
means
this.
that I have more to live up to, and it intimidates me.
I'm okay. I will announce now
Mason's
what
going to help me with my repo. Man.
Oh yeah, that's totally going to help you, and you're going to help me with my costume, and so is Nomi because it requires a lot of the sewing.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? I can't do.
Sewing.
Right.
Guess what I'm good at if you buy fabric.
Sewing.
Yay!
Okay. I'll just announce what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to do a Warhammer 40k Eldar Warlock. So
That was Spanish to me, but I'm sure you'll show me pictures.
yes, I will
It's
show you
hot.
pictures.
It's way hot.
Mike,
You might not be
what are
able
your
to keep
plans?
Mike away from you if you do that.
I got too many.
I'm going to have a
costume
big
ideas.
sword
Okay.
or a big spear. I haven't decided which.
There's a character in the Fairy Tail anime. I think it's
Please tell me happy.
no, not happy. I'm okay. I might do happy.
That would be
I
fucking
might
hilarious.
do happy. That would be pretty fucking hilarious. But
I know that would make the Algernon crew very happy.
there's a it's like Gil Hertz or Gal, something like that. I'll have to look up his name. But he's one of the characters from there. He's an older guy. Had like his arm and leg replaced because he got beaten up by a dragon really nastily. So I think it would be a cool costume.
Yeah.
Either that or I might revisit Ming the Merciless.
That was an awesome costume, I have to say.
I can do it without a bald cap this time.
Yeah. The story for that one is many moons ago. Back when Cyberplace was open, they had a costume contest on each Halloween, and one year Mike dressed up as Ming the Merciless, and it was the most awesome. For me, the costumes I saw that were there, it was by far the best costume that was at that Halloween party.
Bam.
So,
That's pretty
of course, I showed up late, but
Did you win?
I don't remember who won that year.
Then it probably wasn't you.
I won our company 2008 Halloween party dressed as Mario. But I went like the full decked out Mario. Like if Mario was real life, I fucking came to the party dressed with the fucking tool belt and the plunger hanging out of it and the fucking pipe wrench and some
I liked your
hose.
Mad Hatter costume.
My steampunk hatter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
That was my
It was
favorite.
it was awesome. I just wish I had a more accurate jacket at the time because it was all felt. I would have liked something more like an actual like duster or something like that.
I think it was
Something we could work
velour.
on.
It was velour.
But I got that at the costume shop for like $50 versus, $250 for an actual jacket.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I love that costume. I ended up dropping the hat alone was $265.
Jesus.
It's because I bought it on Etsy. And it was custom made for my head.
That would do it.
I'm not selling that hat. That hat's gonna fucking die with me.
Especially if it was custom made for your noggin.
So we're like over half an hour. We haven't even touched our news yet, have we?
No, we haven't.
All right, well, then let's just move on to the announcement then. Hey, Library Comic-Con coming up coming up on August 30th here in Boise.
Bam.
Been in touch with the guy. He emailed us asking us if we were still interested in attending. Library Comic-Con is in 20 days. Well, okay. It's the 10th now.
Right.
So
It was
this will
20
go up
days from
tomorrow night.
recording.
Yeah, so 20 days from recording. It's August 30th on Saturday. It's just a single day event, but it's pretty awesome. I went last year, just me and the Bubs, my kiddo. And,
Who's adorable.
Yeah, Nikki was there.
Mm-hmm.
And we met Sarah Spink there, and we had fun.
It was fun.
And it was a good time. It was small. It wasn't. It was. It's
It's
small.
more geared towards kids, I think, because it's at the library.
Yeah.
They have a really cool art contest that they have there. I was gonna try and enter it this year, but I just did not find the time to draw anything.
I liked seeing the kids' drawings that they had.
Was-
Some of them were really good.
There was a really badass drawing of Castiel.
Yeah, I remember that. That was before I actually started watching Supernatural, I think.
Me too.
Yeah.
Lots of local comic artists are going to be there. Captain Comics, which is like the big local comic book store here in Boise, that they're one of the
They just
sponsors
beat out
of it.
everyone else that's tried to
Yeah,
open. It just doesn't work for them.
They're there every year. They had one guy dressed as like if Superman had a costume made out of sock material. But
It will keep you warm in the late August Boise heat.
it was basically
Yeah.
it was basically Superman pajamas is what it was. It was like
Yeah.
a onesie, Superman onesie that this guy was wearing. It was hilarious.
Nomi wore her TARDIS onesie.
and made a lot of people jealous.
Yeah. Like me, because the reason she has that is because I posted the link.
What?
I'm not bitter.
No.
No. I want a TARDIS onesie.
That's actually a place where I met a guy named Matthew, who has Matthew Gray, who's a part of actually a troupe of cosplayers, but he had like the most epic freaking Klingon costume I've ever seen in my life.
yeah,
That thing
yeah.
was amazing. I
like that you made a Klingon hold your child.
Yep. Well, he didn't hold the child. I was just there.
I thought he did.
No, we were just standing posing with
Okay.
him, I think.
I think it was just that, it was basically like the two of you were kind of flanking Evie in the picture.
Yeah. She was in the middle. And,
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. But he was a cool guy. I made friends with him on Facebook, so. Also, he was in a pretty bad bicycle accident recently, so.
Ooh, suck.
Yeah, he's got like 3 or 4 titanium bolts in his hip now.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a serious accident.
He was going down a protest.
Oh, yeah, that's a
And then
nasty
just went
one.
flip flop.
Yeah. For any of you who don't live in Boise or
That's
know
a
about
steep
Boise,
hill.
that's a really steep
A
hill.
really long, steep hill.
Yeah.
It's like one of the main drags that goes over by BSU. And it's
Speaking of steep hills.
Steve Hills?
Steep hills.
I thought you said steep hill, too.
They're doing the water slide thing on Americana.
I'm volunteering at
Yeah.
that. I will be there from 1 to 7 volunteering because I get a free t-shirt and a free slide and free food. Why would you not volunteer?
Because it's outside and hot.
It's a giant water slide, Mason.
Because it's outside and hot.
It's a giant
Outside and hot.
slip and slide.
I understand this.
And I have to expose my oversized pasty white flesh. And
I don't even own a bathing suit. I'm just going down in my clothes. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's
Look
a
at
giant
that white
slip
star going down the slide.
and slide.
At supersonic speeds because of momentum.
It's gonna be so cool though.
And it's been said many times.
Just go down the hill screaming, physics!
And it's already been said many times, but it gotta be said in the show too. So somebody needs to make this happen. Get somebody in a Spartan costume at the top of the slide yelling, "This is Boise!" and then kicking some guy until he slides down.
Some guy dressed as a Persian.
No, yes.
Not necessarily. Just kicking somebody and then down the
Yeah.
slide they go.
I was saying, because the problem
Or
is
some
that's-
guy dressed as Butch Otter.
Otters are really good at sliding on their bellies.
It's true.
Wow.
Yeah, I was saying, the problem with having someone kick him down looking like a Persian is the Persians were like wearing a lot of robes, so they would just soak up all the water. And get
Yeah,
stuck.
it wouldn't work out well.
Okay, Xerxes in specific, because he had a diaper on. That.
He also had on a million piercings that could get snagged on the water slide. Why do you want to break the water slide? Why do you hate charity, Dustin? I'm making him so uncomfortable.
I just wanted to see funnies, and you turned it on its head.
You're welcome. Make up for last time.
We haven't recorded a podcast in a while.
Nope. Okay, so announcement out of the way. Do we want to actually? Are we doing news?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we have news.
Make it snappy.
Okay.
You make
Can,
it
can we make it
snappy.
snappy? Probably not, but we'll
That's
do it.
quick.
All right. Here we go.
Everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Kai by Bo.
You too.
Hoya! fact, I'll just go first because mine's local and probably doesn't mean a whole lot to anybody, but other than local people. And the opening frame on the video is hilarious because it's just a lady with puckered lips going,
Nobody can see you.
nope. So our first news story comes from our local KTVB NBC affiliate, Channel 7. Apparently, the Boise Library is getting... not the Boise Library, but... I just spoiled it. It's been a while, kids. I'm tripping over my own words here. The Boise Airport is getting a digital library from the Boise Public Library installed in it.
Nice.
So what happened was that apparently, I guess one of the library directors or somebody like that went to Philadelphia, and they had this same concept built into the Philadelphia airport. And when she came back, she's like, "Why can't we do this?" And then they went, "Okay." So this is a really cool idea. So for people who are traveling, you can actually rent a book with your library card digitally onto your Kindle or Nook or whatever. They even have touchscreen monitors there that they'll have installed and everything, as well as like they'll have kids' picture books and stuff like that. Just they have like a whole section just dedicated to it, which is really cool. I mean, why the fuck would you not? I mean, that's a damn cool idea. It's for the money. It fits into the library's normal budget, and it only costs them $25,000, which sounds like a lot, but I mean, for something like that installed into it, I can't remember. I think the Boise Airport's an international airport now.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. So,
well, international airport is determined by whether or not your runway can launch a specific size airplane.
Yeah.
Right.
So it doesn't actually mean we have international flights.
We do from Canada.
We do?
A couple days.
Oh.
But not many.
Okay.
Canada counts.
Yeah, Canada counts. It's not
Kind
just
of.
America's hat.
It is. I was just going to say it's America's hat, though.
does that make
Mexico's
Mexico
our underpants.
underwear?
It's our underpants. It's fine.
Actually, America's Canada's underwear.
That's
Think
actually
about
probably
Florida.
more accurate.
Oh.
Anatomy,
Got it.
geology, friends.
That makes Georgia the zipper?
Yes.
I'm just thinking retirement wing.
Anyway,
So books.
So in short, you'll have shortly at the Boise Airport, you can actually start renting ebooks from our airport. You can sign up for a library card right there at the airport if you want to.
But how do you return them if you're getting on a flight?
They expire after like
I
2
was
weeks or whatever.
totally kidding because they're ebooks. I'm not a total idiot.
I was trying to be funny.
Sorry.
It's okay.
That's what you get for poking at me for the water slide.
You're the one who wanted to pop it. It's for charity, Dustin.
This is a
and this is for the
a-
betterment of all humanity.
yeah. This is a public service.
Yeah, but I don't want to destroy
that
it like
happens
he wants to destroy the
every
water
day,
slide.
not just one time.
But I don't want to destroy it like you do.
Anyway, let's go on. So keeping this argument going.
So they're decorating it. They're gonna have 6 27-inch touch screens. And we know that.
Hopefully a steady supply of microfiber cloths on hand.
Yes.
They're gonna have a nice seating area it's gonna be all decked out, and like I saw some. I'm hoping it's not like over exuberant, but some of the cloth they were showing on the news. There's a video on this article, so if you want to go watch it, it's only a couple minutes long. But some of the cloth they were showing in the video was like leopard print. So hopefully they don't get too crazy with the leopard print. But I think
I kind of want them to get crazy with
I
the leopard
want
print,
leopard
actually.
print to happen.
Yeah. It would make all those little old ladies that walk around in their purple leopard print pants feel right at home.
they just fucking like camouflage into the background.
Whoosh, ninjas.
Yep, old lady ninjas.
That's terrifying. They just fart on you and you're like, where did that come from?
What?
Old lady ninjas crop dusting the airport.
Oh,
Dude,
God.
you don't even know. It would happen.
So you can get digital magazine content. And I think I said picture books for the kids already. Because you can get e-music, which is kind of weird. All downloads are free, just like borrowing a library book. There's there will also be resources for people looking to explore Idaho. So if you come into Idaho, download a bunch of pamphlets and stuff on places you can go and tour around, and so on and so forth.
Where to leave.
Huh?
Exits to get yourself out of Idaho. You know, the important things.
Well, if you're just in Boise, there are a few places that are cool here. Go to Space Bar, which I know won't be on the pamphlet.
True. But if you're a nerd visiting Idaho, we actually have the Space Bar.
Yes. Just go there and stay.
Maybe visit All About Games.
Yes, and Wizard's Den.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Pojo's, which I went to today.
I know.
And
I
it was
saw your
fun.
cow milking video game picture.
Yeah, Sega made that.
Yeah.
Of all people.
That it just weirded me out that it was like Sega.
Moo.
Milk.
Yeah.
So for those of you wondering what the fuck I'm talking about, there is a game that you can earn tickets by squeezing mechanical cow udders. Because why not?
So I'm wondering if Sega was like, you know what? There's a lot of rural areas that we need to get gaming into. I think we're going to have a game where you milk cows.
Because they don't get enough of that out on the farm.
Yeah.
You know that was totally somebody in Japan's idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
Had to be.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pojo's, we should get the guy who owns Pojo's to come on the show. That would be fun. I was just thinking today, too, because
He used to be my boss.
You used to work at Pojo's?
Well, Pojo's owned Game World when I started working there.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yep.
Just because Pojo's has been like a mainstay forever. In fact, their tokens, their little tickets that print out from the machine since 1974. Which my brain fucking exploded because I didn't realize that they could be around for that long.
Yeah.
But I give them props, especially since recently there's been an uprising in a Dave & Buster's and a Big Al's in town now.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're still around and not being driven out is freaking crazy.
Well, the thing is like Big Al's and Dave & Buster's are not as kid friendly as Pojo's.
Dave & Buster's is pretty kid. Not Dave & Buster's, but Big Al's is pretty kid friendly.
Yeah, but isn't Big Al's also out in Meridian or Nampa or something like that?
Yeah, it's in the new shopping center out there on Eagle and Fairview. Yeah.
Pojo's is a lot more centrally located in Boise.
That's true. Less crowded.
Yeah.
But yeah, Big Al's is awesome because they got fine dining, bowling alleys, and a full-fledged ticket arcade upstairs. So they have regular arcade games there too. In fact, their bar has 3 classic arcade games that you can totally put on free play. So you go play some Galaga for free while you're getting hammered. And
awesome.
And watching sports on 100 and some odd inch screen. Yeah, so there's
now,
that.
if only they had esports on those screens.
That would be pretty
some Dota, some League, maybe some Counter-Strike.
I would watch it. But the general public is probably...
They
like,
should probably have that
like,
space bar, but...
That's like 1% of the general audience, probably.
Actually, I saw an interesting statistic today. 32 million people watched the League of Legends finals for this year.
Jesus.
Yeah. Mind you, that's only 32 million people. There was over 100 million who watched the Super Bowl. And billions, as in multiple with a B, billions, who tuned in at least some point for FIFA, for the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that an esport hit 32 million and like they haven't released what the international numbers were yet for viewership, so we'll have to see how that is. But but if you think about it, like League of Legends drew the finals for League of Legends for the year drew 32 million people. It is very possible that within our lifetimes, esports will be caught up to, if not outstripping, the Super Bowl in viewership. Because one thing about the Super Bowl is only one country cares about it, and not even all of that country cares about it.
I don't at all. I like commercials.
Yeah, but
Sometimes boobs happen in the halftime show, but meh. statistically not often.
Did you see
enough to
that
make
they're
it worth
pushing
it.
for Weird Al to be
Yeah.
on the halftime show?
That I would watch.
That one I would definitely.
If it
watch.
happens, please God, let it happen.
Yeah.
There's some sort of petition out there
So,
for it.
but you know, like when you're looking at like esports, you don't have to, you know, it's international, so you can have, you know, possibly hundreds of millions, billions of viewers eventually, and it could happen. It could easily happen within our lifetimes. So I'm really
look
hoping
at-
for that.
Well, look at what World Series of Poker has done.
Yeah.
Like Texas Hold'em, like went from like a couple million and it blew up overnight. Just the last 10 years alone has been crazy for poker on the national,
Yeah,
international level.
yeah.
So-
I would say the one thing I think, Extra Credits brought this up, which is a YouTube show, originally sponsored by Penny Arcade TV, but now I think they're independent of Penny Arcade TV. I'm not 100% certain on that, but like one of the things about video games is that when you're doing esports right now, they are always showing you the same perspective as a player sees, which that would be like having a helmet cam in football, you know, or something similar in any other sport. But as a
Because watching a bunch of people just sitting at a keyboard and mouse would be like fucking mind melting.
well, no, but here's the thing. Their view as a player of the sport or game or whatever you want to call it, because all sports are really games. They just give them a different name to try to make it sound adult. So, you know, we'll continue with calling the video games sports. One of the things that might benefit, and the thing is like, you know, the team sports are always good. Like team sports are more popular than non-team sports. So like games like Dota or League are good for that kind of competition. But if they could work out a way to show the viewers something that's possibly different, like still directly what's happening in the game, but they don't have to be locked into a player's view. So if someone could build a game where, with the idea of an esport in mind, you know, they could have it so the players have one view that's a player view, and then the audience could have a totally different view, because like as an audience of a sport, you have a totally different view than the players have.
like some sort of like overhead cam or something.
Basically,
like that.
like that kind of concept. So I think that could be done and actually possibly make it more engaging for a wider audience than, because like you kind of like right now you kind of sort of need to know a little bit of the basics of the game's rules and the way the game works to really get into any of the esports. Granted, you kind of need to know that about baseball or football or hockey too, but you know, it's kind of one of those things. I think that they could actually build games specifically for esports. Like these things, you still got to make it an engaging game because you want people to play it. So you still need to work on that, but then also make it so there's another layer, an observer layer on top of it. And the thing is like Dota, they could do it with Dota 2 or League right now. And by League, just to clarify for everyone that doesn't know what I'm already talking about, I mean League of Legends. Oh, excuse me. But even they could work on building a layer that is an observer layer that could, you know, and the thing is like when you're watching online, you can have an interactive observer layer. So I could zoom into a specific part of the field, you know, or the map as it is or whatever, you know, and see what's going on, etc.
Nikki's headphones are deteriorating.
Yes. She's having technical difficulties. So anyway, sorry, I had to go off on that rant, but I think that there could be a lot more done to make esports more accessible to a wider market than they currently are.
Agreed. Maybe that's a topic show we can have in the future.
Yeah.
We should finish our news show.
Yeah.
Yes, but we really got to get through this news show, Mike.
Right. Okay.
Unless you have something more about the library.
Nope. Library. Airport. Awesome.
Yay, win!
Woo!
Yay. Okay. IBM's getting us closer to Skynet.
Yeah, I read this article earlier
Yeah.
today.
So basically, IBM revealed a new version of their brain-inspired chip. So the new version, basically, like 2011 it was, they released the prototype for their the Synapse project, which is a system of neuromorphic adaptive plastic scalable electronics, which is designed to...
In other words, they really wanted the acronym to be SYNAP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But basically the idea being that they're trying to copy the way the human brain processes information into a computer form.
Correct.
Traditional computers can basically do left brain functionality already. They're analytical, mathematical, number crunching, and all that.
Right.
So what they're trying to do is make a computer that can go more of the right side of the brain, more recognition and learning and that type of thing, rather than just crunching numbers.
Right.
With the new chip set they got on there, it's I'll let you guys look at the article and read the numbers. It's like lots and lots more processing power.
Yes.
They did some tests with it where they basically do recognition tests with different images and the like. It was having an 80% accuracy on the recognition tests they were doing. It was doing it with only using like 63 milliwatts or microwatts? MW, I forget.
Milliwatts.
Milliwatts, okay.
Not
A microwatt would be
Gigawatts.
MC. A microwatt would be
But
MC watt.
Very minor amounts of energy usage.
That's a
being
big...
Gigawatts.
A gigawatt is a huge amount of power.
Yeah,
It would blow up the chip.
it would blow up all the chips.
Yeah.
Was it 86 or something gigawatts?
1.86 gigawatts.
Thank you.
Anyway, applications for this type of technology they're looking at is...
Skynet.
Yeah, Skynet.
HAL 9000.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Basically... Just submit to your electronic overlords now, because it's coming.
Make them happy now so that, you know.
They
But
don't murder you first.
real world reference they're looking at is assistance with blind, health monitoring, transportation for self-driving cars, things like that.
Yeah, but if your self-driving
I
car
do want a
hates
self-driving
you,
car.
it'll just run itself into a wall.
It's like, yep, that looks
But
like a
that's
nice
also
solid object to
suicide
run
for
you
it,
into.
Too. And if you gave it self-awareness and self-preservation protocols, then it wouldn't want, even if it hated you, it wouldn't necessarily want to destroy itself in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We just,
3 laws of robotics, people.
yeah, we just lock the doors, turn on the heater,
Asimov had it
and sit
figured
there and
out.
wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there was the one robot that he had programmed.
That's
All it takes is one.
Okay, Mason's
You-
up.
not in the books.
Yeah, not in the books.
Just the Will Smith movie.
Yeah. So, turns out we might have left Africa a little earlier than we originally thought, or at least some species of human did. Probably not actually. It was not actually Homo sapiens sapien. But there has been a discovery of 50 fossilized footprints.
That was a lot of alliteration.
50 fossilized footprints? Yes.
Sounds like a Dr. Seuss book.
From an extinct hominid species.
Oh, the
Hominin
places you'll go.
species.
Europe.
The pollen grains found with them place it before the onset of the last major ice age, at about 850 to 950 million or 100,000 years ago. So long time. It is likely. Oh, and by the way, these footprints were found on the British Isles, and they were covered by sediment for a very long time. And unfortunately, they are now being washed away very quickly by erosion from the ocean. So they believe that these footprints are from Homo antecessor. Homo antecessor is actually a very controversial species about whether or not it exists. The Spanish really like it. So do the Italians. Everyone else is kind of iffy on it because they say it isn't really a separate species. It's just part of Homo ergaster, maybe part of Homo heidelbergensis, but probably ergaster. But the Spanish and the Italians like to say that it is the evolutionary link between ergaster and heidelbergensis. But yeah, so wherever you land on the ancestor controversy doesn't really matter. It's just that they've found prints much further north than they've ever found them before at that time frame. So we probably the ancestor time frame human species, because all the Homo species are kind of considered to be humans. Probably left Africa much earlier than we initially thought, even though this wasn't the modern Homo sapien, us. And it was likely that the group was 2 adult males, 3 adult females, and 4 children. The children were about 2.9 feet tall, and the adults were about 5.5 feet tall. So yeah, and sorry for the yawn, but yeah.
If I start yawning when you put this up at work, it's because I'm listening to Mason.
Whereas,
not meant as an insult because of him yawning.
No, yeah, because of him yawning.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, you know I like these stories.
So yeah, so that puts a third or first, depending on how you want to look at it, but a third branch out of Africa at a million-ish years ago, which is much, much earlier than the main one where Homo sapiens left at about 200,000 years ago. And there would have been the one between them where Homo erectus left Africa. So, yeah. So, pretty much humans, we like to do that walking thing a lot. And we evidently are, earlier versions of us like to do that walking thing too. But yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Sweet.
Boots made for walking.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out a joke.
Yeah.
I was leaving it open for you guys, trying to get one in there with the boots were made for walking reference.
I'm
But
sorry.
Speaking of yawning, have you guys heard that freaking goddamn commercial that they've been playing on the radio lately with the "I'm gonna yawn, so that way you yawn too," and then it because yawning is good for stretching your mouth to feed a hamburger or something in your mouth. I think of the camera. It's
No, I don't have a
that,
car.
was- that
so
sounds
I'll
like
listen to the radio.
that sounds like either a Carl's Jr. or a
Jack in the
Jack in the Box commercial.
Mm-hmm.
I don't own a car, so I don't listen to
I
the
don't
radio much.
listen to the radio,
All right.
so
Mason made me a K-pop mix.
Oh my
CD,
god.
so,
Oh my god.
yeah.
Can I tell the story? Because that was like my favorite part of Comic-Con or the Fandemonium. So Mason gets in the car, pops in a K-pop CD.
specifically it was an all-girls generation CD.
Yeah,
Let's
well,
get
I
this-
think that
let's
kind of
be
went
accurate.
without saying.
I listen to other K-pop groups too.
That's the only one you talk about.
It's because they're the awesomest.
But that's, anyways. So these 2 nut jobs are in the front. I'm sitting in the back, so I'm in the gunner seat. So I'm sitting sideways, so nobody outside the truck can see me. And the windows are down because Mike doesn't have AC, which means people are hearing blasting K-pop and seeing a couple of older dudes in the vehicle it's blaring out of. And the whole way down there, I'm just chuckling to myself, wishing I could be a fly on the wall in one of the cars next to us and see this from the outside. Yeah.
What's wrong with liking K-pop?
It's more that you're not exactly what most people would picture as the target audience. And I would imagine those reactions were hilarious. Because
Mason,
it was funny to me and I was in the car.
Mason and I had a joke a long time ago where when the cruise was popular downtown and I had a convertible, that we were going to dress up like full-on goth and then drive around with country music just blaring out of my car.
We used to listen to the Red Elvises as loud as humanly possible. Which, if you're not familiar with them, they're a Russian surf rock band. It's about what you think. It's pretty much, when I say Russian surf rock, the thing that pops in your head, that's the Red Elvises, only better, with full body faux fur leopard print jumpsuits.
Jesus.
And a giant red balalaika, which is a traditional Russian instrument that's shaped like a triangle. Like a big triangle-shaped guitar. They're fantastic, and we used to play them loudly on the cruise. That was a fun game. Probably to no one but us, but that's what mattered.
Yeah.
Nathan and I just want to do it for the looks.
Yeah.
But I don't see anything wrong with the K-pops.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm saying it was probably really entertaining.
Okay, and also, because she segued into K-pop, this is her fault.
I'm so sorry.
Girls' Generation has spent the last 2 weeks at the #1 spot on the Oricon chart in Japan
Jesus.
for their best of album called The Best. So yeah.
So Nikki, you got a news story, right?
Oh, sorry. Let me put on my tinfoil hat. Sorry. Okay. So you guys,
Ooh, that's my alien music.
Aliens.
Always aliens.
Always aliens. I seek these out now because they're fun.
Nikki just posted her epic flail pic.
I did.
So over in Germany, some dude is just floating around in his hot air balloon because that's a normal thing.
Hot air ballooning is actually a rather popular pastime. So.
Yeah, no, I know. It just cracks me up that that's how this got discovered. And he floats over this field, and spots crop circles. So it's in a wheat field, right next to the Rising Satellite Earth Station communications facility. And I think it looks kind of like a weird Celtic knot type thing. Anyways, the farmer who owns the field couldn't be reached for comment, but he told local media earlier that he didn't create it himself. They always say that. I mean aliens. He suggested students home on summer holiday might have done it. Kids do weird things when they're bored. Apparently in Germany they make crop circles.
They do the same thing in the Midwest U.S.
Yeah, that's true. Many visitors to the field questioned whether the elaborate design was created by humans, giving its precise manner. There's no updates, so...
Humans can be precise, people.
It's true. We make
called
computers
geometry.
and do
We made the
surgery and
freaking
shit.
pyramids.
We do shit, man.
No.
But yeah, it's really pretty.
Not even based on that, because if you go by ancient aliens...
Fuck you.
Aliens.
aliens.
Humans.
I think crop circles are gorgeous, and I don't care where they come from, because a lot of times the designs are just really pretty.
Oh, there is a lot
like
of...
that one's pretty cool. That's the one in Germany.
Yeah. Oh no, the art, whatever happens, wherever they come from, humans, they're like the artistry involved in making them. People do some gorgeous work.
What do you think about the Nazca lines?
Humans.
But who could see them? They were so big you had to see them from the air.
Doesn't matter. It's
No, Sorry.
artwork.
Continue. Go on. I caught you mid-pocky. I apologize.
Yes. Artwork is often made not for it's the appreciation of the artwork itself, but for the act of making the art. And the Nazca lines were probably religious in nature. Oh, by the way, they found more of them.
Did they really? Because I think they're so fucking cool.
Yeah, sandstorm came in, blew some sand off
That's
the top
awesome.
of them.
Look up Nazca lines if you don't know what they are. They're awesome.
But they, considering the timing of the Nazca lines, they were probably a religious society. Mm-hmm. They were a religious society. So they might have made them for the gods to view, not humans, as a form of worship. So
they thought the aliens were gods. It's like in Stargate, Mason. His face is turning kind of red.
I hate the alien theories. Sorry, it's just...
I know. That's why I bring it up. I'm sorry.
I'll
stop poking the bear. Ah! Ow!
I didn't really hit her.
It didn't really sound all that convincing.
No.
And it took me a second to say ow, so I don't think anyone would really think. Mason didn't hit me. He's so abusive. I walked into a doorknob. Leave me alone.
Oh, Jesus. Come on now.
Sorry.
But anyway. So
aliens.
They were probably made by
aliens.
humans for
aliens.
The gods they worshipped.
Who were aliens.
Plus, anyone with his haircut, how can you take it? Plus, have you seen how that man dresses?
That motherfucker is an alien.
I don't get
What?
Einstein had the same haircut.
He was an alien.
Aliens.
No. Plus, have you seen how that dude dresses? How can you take him seriously?
Aliens.
He's like a clown with a mute color palette.
Because aliens.
A clown with a mute
Actually, yeah, I can see that.
That's actually a really good description.
That's a very great description.
So anyway, yeah, sorry, but yeah, Nazca line's awesome. Yeah, and crop like the artistry that goes into them, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Not aliens.
Especially when they first started popping up like 50 years ago. Now we've got computer mapping systems and GPS, and they're easier to make intricate patterns.
Yeah.
But
So that's
back
another
when
thing.
people first started making them,
as
that's
technology
amazing.
improved, they became more intricate.
Yeah. I think they're fascinating. Anyways, aliens are real. And as Mason just said, they made the NASCAR lines.
No.
NASCAR lines?
Gonna make a
And-
left turn.
So the aliens can only make a left around the universe? Is that what you're saying?
That's why
Well, they
they're
do
all
go counterclockwise.
That's why they're all circular. Because
Oh.
they only know how to turn left.
Okay.
Yeah. And on that note, God, we've talked sports, we've talked NASCAR. We should end this.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right. Any final news before we go? Anybody?
Can I just say rabbit's delicious? I'm getting a lot of shit for my rabbit stew.
Why are
Why?
people giving you shit for rabbits too?
I know vegans.
Mhm.
They're fluffy and adorable. I love rabbits. I made rabbit stew tonight, and I made the mistake of posting that I was making rabbit stew.
And now you know that rabbits are also fluffy and adorable and delicious.
Yeah, no, and I'm torn. And I was actually watching a video of a rabbit just chilling in a sink. It looks like he's in a hot tub. It's like the most chill rabbit on the planet.
He's prepared for his
Yeah.
later in life.
And it's as there's a rabbit boiling in my kitchen. And I'm just like, you know what? It happens. You know, cows are cute. I like them. I fucking love chickens. They're delicious.
See, I would like
I've
to
come
point
to
out that
terms with this.
I would like to point out that both cows and chickens are fucking delicious.
Yeah, no,
Pigs
they're
too.
tasty as hell. And pigs are cute.
Pigs are also awesome.
I am okay
Pigs
with-
are the most delicious animal.
I am okay with animals being
Bacon. Just
both
gonna leave it there.
adorable and delicious. If I had a pet rabbit, I would not eat it. That's the thing. That's the difference.
When it's your pet, it's your pet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love rabbits. I want a pet rabbit. I probably wouldn't eat
Yeah,
rabbit
right.
with my pet rabbit in the house because I would feel bad.
I have to move it to another room.
Yeah. I'd go hide it somewhere. But I had to say it's delicious, and it's delicious. It's got ridiculous amounts of protein.
Oh, and I would like to point out to all the vegans that they have indeed actually found out that plants do feel
yeah.
and
yeah.
can communicate.
Oh, they can, and they scream when they're in
So-
pain.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah.
To the vegans out there.
That's a good point. Also, meat's delicious, and my rabbit was free, and it's really high in protein.
Is that
And really
also?
Just
low
gotta add
fat.
some fat. Just gotta add
Yeah.
some fat to it.
Yeah.
Does that come from the same scientist that says
There's
that
butter.
we can't put up wind farms because it'll stop the wind,
No.
or we can't put up solar
God.
panels because it'll drain the sun's energy?
No.
That hurts me
This
so
comes from
bad.
real science.
So bad.
Real science from real scientists.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, see, those
they
aren't real
actually
scientists.
tested it.
I know.
I mean, we already knew that they
I
reacted.
was, I wasn't even I wasn't even a scientist. That was just some fucking politician blowing smoke up out of his ass.
Just an idiot being an idiot.
Yep, pretty much.
Yep.
And then Bill and I looking at him like, just, are you fucking dumb? Like,
Yeah, that's his problem. He's dumb.
That's
There's
exactly
not-
what
there
it
is-
is.
why are you running this country?
There is no requirement of
Because there's no
intelligence.
term limits.
Well, there's no requirement.
The end.
There's no requirement of intelligence to run for public office. And in the South, you don't have to be that smart
To be the smartest.
to be the
person.
smartest cookie
Yeah.
in the jar.
I believe,
Incest
Actually-
and moonshine. What? Oh, I didn't. Who?
I'm just kidding,
Sorry.
South. I actually know
No,
a lot of
I-
intelligent people from the
My
South.
grandparents are from West Virginia.
Jeff Foxworthy actually has quite the incredible joke regarding the Southern accent and it not sounding exactly the smartest. It
doesn't,
You could be
but-
extremely intelligent, but he's like, the moment a doctor says, "No, what we're gonna do is we're gonna saw your skull cap off," and then you start sweating bullets.
Yeah, but no, I know a lot of actually rather intelligent people from the South. But
I do too, but I also like to give them shit because, like I said, some of my family is from West Virginia, so they can give me shit.
Yeah. However, this is always one of the things I like to point out to the Southerners. The North won. Get over it.
Oh snap! Just ended with a
Shit just got political again.
from like several hundred years ago.
No, this is totally current. We are up to date on our political news.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool.
All right.
Lincoln freed the slaves, baby.
That's
Suck it.
right.
Fuck your plantations.
Dice drop.
Oh! All right, let's end it there.
Yes, please.
For Nerd Effect News Show, we have been,
Mac and Morgan.
Mason, Ireland.
Nikki, I can't remember my last name anymore. Prindle.
and I have been Dustin. Thank God I'm back from vacation because I miss you guys.
Aw.
Vancouver. And we will catch you guys next week.
What?